Greetings, everyone. I am Ngabuto Nicholas Mapena. Please like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel, circulate, and if you're on TikTok, please do follow us. There's a new permit scam, a new visa scam. We do not have ourselves capacity to do any investigation on anything, but we just want to alert you. There's a new permit scam out there. The other day, I was traveling to Zimbabwe. We get to the Bedbridge border post there, on the South African side. This person goes to stamp their passport. They have a permit, right? They have a permit. But when they get to the immigration official, they tell the person that the permit is not valid, is a scam. And this person starts to query, say, but how can you say it's a scam? Because I've had this permit for about 8 months, right? This person says they've been traveling. Using that permit, they traveled twice through the Bedbridge border post, and then the third time, the person flew, entered South Africa through OR International. And then all 3 occasions when the person was traveling, the permit was valid, right? But after 8 months, the permit was no longer valid. It was no longer in the system, because when you get to the port of entry, the immigration officials, they do scan your passport and the permit. If it does scan, of course, it is legit. But if it is not legit, it does not scan. For about 8 months or so, this visa was legitimate, because through the system, it was scanning, the person would cross. But after 8 months, it stopped scanning. I've heard that it is not this one person that I saw at the border, but there are other people. I've heard about 3 or so who say they applied for these permits. After 6 months, it is no longer valid. So what happens is, as I understand, like I'm saying, we do not have capacity ourselves to investigate on what is happening. But we always say that you apply, you submit your application through VFS, not to any person who works at the Department of Home Affairs, not to me. Ours is just to give you information, as we always give you information. You then apply online, go and submit at VFS. So this person that I saw at the border paid something like 15,000 rands, right? They gave the person the permit, the visa, which was valid at the time. I don't know how it works. I don't know how this thing works. So the person was able to open a bank account, was able to produce to the employer. The employer checked, they verified, it was in the system. They traveled 3 times, it was in the system. But the 4th time, it was no longer valid. So I kept asking myself, because this person, I saw me at the board, says, Comrade Mapena, I now have a problem. I said, what's your problem? Starting to explain to me. When we checked the passport, the date the permit was inserted into the passport, and the stamps that were stamped after the person had received that visa, indicating that the visa was valid. But for some reason, it then kind of expired, because Department of Home Affairs, they do not issue a visa for 6 months or 8 months, then, but it's written 4 years. Because that one, it was written, I think it was written 4 years, right? But within 6-8 months, it was no longer valid. So what I seem to understand is that there's some agents out there or a syndicate. I don't know how they do it. You pay them 15, 20, 25,000 rands, right? They do this for you. After 6, 8 months, is blocked. Why? We do not know. Because what happens is that if you pay someone, they say, no, we know someone at the Department of Home Affairs, we're going to sort you out. You pay your 15, 20,000 rands. They give you the permit. They stick to your passport. You go to the border. It works. You go to the bank, opens the bank account. You take to the employer, they verify with the department, it is there in the system. But after 6 months, it then vanishes. So we do not know what is happening. So the reason we are saying this, whether a person says they work at the Department of Home Affairs, do not give such an individual money and submit their papers to them. After 6 to 8 months, you'll be looking for us, you'll be crying, and there's nothing we can do. And the person that will have assisted you will have disappeared, they will have changed their numbers. As I understand, the person I met at the border, when he tried to call the said agent, the phone was going on voicemail. So be careful. So if you are applying for a visa, you are not an ZEP, you are applying for a visa, you are from Democratic Republic of Congo, Nigeria, you are from Togo, you are from Sudan, wherever, you submit your application at the VFS. You do not give to anyone else. So be on the lookout for such scammers. Because for 6 months, you'll be enjoying. But after 6 months, you then, when you, like you are getting to December now. So assuming you got your permit, is this permit in June, right? You traveled this past long weekend. It was a long weekend last weekend or so. You traveled and the permit was okay. You stamped at the border, didn't have problems. And you are now preparing to go for December for Christmas. Because you tell yourself that you have a valid permit or visa. When you get there on the 18th of December, you then get told that you are carrying a fake, and the immigration officials, what they do, they simply ban you for life. The person that gave you that visa will not wait to be seen. So be careful. Then the last thing, we are assisting those, like it's a Monday today. It's a Monday, it's the 2nd of October. We are assisting those that are on ZEP that applied for waivers in 2021, 2022, up to 30th April 2023. A number of them they have problems with the NetBank. We haven't been able to resolve anything with NetBank, but the Department of Home Affairs is actually processing these applications that we have been submitting. I'm happy that this morning someone sends me a message, says, Mabena, my critical skills visa is out. So we went to our database to check. He had applied in June 2022. So this morning was contacted that your critical skills visa is out. So all along, the people that have been contacting us are those that are waiting for their waivers. They've been coming to us to say, my waiver is out. But we are happy that others are now receiving the outcomes, positive outcomes for their critical skills visa. So keep on sending to us up to 30th of April. We're trying to assist so that everyone who applied gets their outcome. Please do not send us your copy of passport. Do not send us your slip. Do not do your voice note. Some of you are giving us your information over voice note. Just type your name, reference number, date of submission, and your contact number. We don't need your passport, right? And then for those that lost their passport, if you lost your passport that at a ZEP, you are trying now to apply, you don't have a reference number, just send us your name and your passport number. We will get officials at VFS to assist in getting you your reference number for that, your permit number, so that you can apply like others. Otherwise, have a great day. We will not this video talk about the police clearance, because different VFS offices are telling people different things. So we are trying to firstly collect correct information, then we communicate that to you. Otherwise, I've already said, please like this video, subscribe if you're on TikTok.